welcome to another episode of Iron Fist Mining. I'm at my usual spot. 5-gallon bucket, both my sluices. Where I was digging last time was right out on the other side of this berm out here. Whoa! I was in this pit because the water was too low over here, and it's up so high that it's flooding over the bank. So it's, I'm guessing about 15 feet up higher on the bank than where it was last time. And a whole bunch of new materials getting washed down. I did some spot pans right here on the side. 3, 4 pieces, 5 pieces just sitting on the top per pan. And I dug all over the place. It's everywhere in there. Now in California there's a law that says you cannot take dry material and then wash it into the water system as it clogs it up. If the water's touching it, you're allowed to dig there. And don't get sneaky and be like digging down like, oh, the water's like, oh. Just stick with it. Now, something else, they're like telling us we have this big drought, but they're releasing all this water. Not that I'm bitching on a gold recovery level, but if we're in such a dire water crisis, why are they dumping so much water out? Especially 15 foot of bank water. That's a lot of cubic feet of water. So, I don't know. But, I'm going to deepen this channel a little bit, see if I can't pick up the shiny that's caught in here. The water is super fast. Look at the wake it's cutting off my foot. So I'm probably going to end up blowing a crap load of gold out. Where else am I going to run the damn sluice? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to just throw dirt at it and see what happens. Kind of keep my eyes out for crystals too. Everything's really standing out. Rock hounders. So I ran for a while. I dug out where the screen is. Around that and over here down to about 2 feet. So that's about a 6 foot in diameter hole. And I pulled all these. The pan was really heavy. There's my hand, so you can get an idea how big the pan is. It's an 8-inch pan. That's all the toxins that I pulled out. Now the government will say that they're pulling out a lot, and I'm not trying to discount them, or they're charging fees and stuff for people to come assess the issue. I'm taking that much out of your drinking water right now, along with other miners. So, just wanted you to see if you don't think that's bad, which it's all mercury, black sand, and barium. If you don't think that's bad, I'll send you a cup full of it, and you could put it in a glass of water and try to drink it down and see if you don't die. But the pan was a lot fuller, so some more of it came out, but that was just a half hour worth of digging because the sluice was close out of that much dirt. Imagine how much is in there. And we're kind of taking it out. So I'm going to bust that stuff down, store that in some kind of container, maybe an old soda can. And then, so I ain't putting that back in the water, man. I'll pan it in a bucket. But I'll show you the gold when I'm done. So it would seem that I was in a hurry, and I forgot my magnet, my sucker, all that stuff to get the gold out of the stuff. So I had to bag it. I had band-aids in this for work. This is all the junk toxin stuff that the gold's trapped in. Super concentrated, clean, where I dig dirt, Iron Fist mining dirt. That is a lot of junk. That's all that stuff that I was showing you in the pan. So I'm going to have to wait till I get home to be able to get it out. And rather than spill it down here and try to get it close and lose the gold in transit, that stuff will help keep it in there. So I'm going to dig some more. I dug around in here. Not so much, not so much. A lot of this poof dirt, whatever the poof dirt is, it's all sparkly and full of, what do you call it? Fool's gold. There's a crap load of mercury right here. And every pan I stuck in there, I got 4 or 5 pretty big pieces. So I found this little channel that runs alongside the berm that I made. And the gold just ran with it. See, another advantage of these little lines. You put those lines in and leave them there, the gold will acquire on the front end like an arrow and then travel around it. Like any island. Island in the water has a gold outline. You can dig it up. Look at it shine. Ha ha ha. So anyway, before I get too much weirder, I'm gonna fill it up again, man. So I ran again. Got a crap load more mercury. And maybe I can show you some of the gold in it before I go home and pan it out. Shake it back. Shake it back, shake it back, shake, 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 shake it back. And you toss forward kind of quick. It leaves the gold down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. There shouldn't be too much in the front doing that. But I keep finding large pieces when I rock it back, so I definitely don't want to throw it back in the water. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Find the shiny. It's buried underneath all this crap. It gets hung up in it. Oh, there it is. There's a big piece at the top. I can't really see. The sun's pretty bright. I mean, off of the reflection off the camera. But if you watch the top end, you might see flashes of it. Get down to it, see what's underneath all of it. There it is. A bunch of little pieces. But when you work it all down, out all of that, you end up getting some. So here's some in the back. It's everywhere in there. So I'm going to dump that in my bag, and then the reason all that mercury was clumping up, there's a big rock under there. Big old piece of bedrock. So I'm going to try to clean that off in my pan, and I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so I made it home, panned out that dirt I had, and that's the gold. The gray stuff, the big chunks, that's lead. But the mercury's really grabbing on the gold, so it's hard for me to even show you what I got. There are some decent pieces in there. It's not too shabby. I mean, for high water, I was surprised I got that much. And then, this was all the black sand I got out. Put it in this. Oh, there's a piece of gold right there, floating around on the mercury. Have to save that. I got a whole jar full of it. And then there's the mercury. I'll end up showing you that is quite a bit. When I keep this coffee container, and this is filled with black sand. It's about 10 pounds. It's pretty heavy. So yeah, there it is. The gold. And that is all the mercury that was in there. Oh, there we go, sorry. From just one pan. Took all of that and that black sand out of your water supply. In fact, you can see the mercury clumping up and floating in the water. It'll just continue to grow the more it swipes over it at a slow angle. It'll pick up more. All that stuff's laced with it. But to say that miners don't remove toxins, that's a lot of toxin for one glass of water. You know what I mean?